After the FTX explosion, Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, is at the center of a calculation about the future of cryptocurrencies. In March, 8 months before his crypto empire fell apart, Sam Bankman-Fried was on a video call with Gary Gensler, a longtime financial manager who now runs the Commission, Securities, and Trading. Things could have gone better at the meeting. The CEO of FTX, a crypto exchange based in the Bahamas, wants permission from the SEC to sell crypto in the US without the risk of getting fined for breaking securities rules. Mr. Venkman joined the call for free when FTX staff and iExchange trading partners started walking Mr. Gensler through a PowerPoint presentation. On the second slide, Gensler stopped them and started a 45-minute lecture about how he thought crypto should be regulated. This ended the conversation. 3 people who heard the conversation said that now Mr. Gensler, 65, is going up against Mr. Bankman-Fried. FTX had a huge drop this month after its deposits ran out, which cost $8 billion. The Department of Justice is looking into whether Mr. Bankman-Fried illegally gave billions of dollars of his clients' money to a hedge fund he owned. In December 2020, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple, a leading cryptocurrency company that specializes in peer-to-peer payments and is used by many banks. Many people called it the mother. The SEC was sure that by letting Ripple do their token sale, which can be linked to a security, it broke the rules for the sale of financial securities in the United States. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has accused Ripple Labs CEO Brad Garlinghouse and co-founder Chris Larson of selling XRP, Ripple's native token, as if it were an undisclosed securities offering. Ripple instead wants to say that XRP is not a security. In the lawsuit that has been going on for the past few weeks, the crypto company does not seem to hesitate to agree. Sarah Netburn said that the judge in the case first denied the SEC's request for hypocrisy against certain witnesses. The judge then let Ripple claim that certain videos from 2015 showed that a former SEC director correctly talked about tokens and securities, which could be used in court as proof that Ripple's case against the SEC is correct. So, the SEC seems to be doomed, especially since the judge at the end of July also denied any further objections to the testimony as a witness of the 1,700 token holders XRP. It seems that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is currently trapped in this long-running lawsuit, which was brought at the expense of its chairman Gary Gensler, who has always been critical. Gensler is one of the most vocal people who want investors and customers to be protected by rules. Gensler's relationship with the crypto world has become a personal battle at this point. Gensler said at the end of June that Bitcoin was a commodity and that other important cryptocurrencies were securities that needed to be regulated. This is a position Gensler is used to taking. Since he became chairman of the SEC in April 2021, he has fined many crypto companies and promoters for breaking securities laws, with fines of up to $100 million. Crypto insiders love to hate Gensler for this reason. Gensler wants to make the SEC the main watchdog of a loosely regulated industry. He wants to do this by putting in place strict safeguards that could lead to more government scrutiny. And cancelers. Keep in mind that the lawsuit against Skrill is meant to show that all cryptocurrencies sell tokens in the same way that securities do, which means they don't have the right to do so. But Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, is now sure that his company will win the court case, which would be good for the whole crypto world. But the failure of FTX has made people wonder how good Mr. Gensler is at his job. Mr. Bankman-Fried already has access to powerful lobbyists in Washington, and he runs an offshore company that encourages risky trading and takes money from client accounts to fund other investments. After meeting with Mr. Bankman-Fried in March, Gensler's staff stayed in touch with the group that joined the call and talked back and forth about possible structures for a fully regulated for-person exchange. There were rumors in my office that he was helping SBF and FTX find legal loopholes, said Minnesota Republican Representative Tom Emmer, who is on the Service Committee. On November 10th, Mr. Gans Lewis sent a tweet about his home finances. We're taking a look at it. Mr. Gensler's main point is easy to understand. Even with all their new features, most cryptocurrencies are securities, just like stocks and other investments. This means that developers who create cryptocurrencies must register with the US government and share information about their projects. Gensler said that exchanges like Coinbase and FTX, where people can buy and sell digital currencies, are also required to get an SEC license, which comes with more oversight and reporting requirements from the government. The crypto industry has fought against attempts by the government to classify digital assets as securities, saying that the rules are too strict. Even before FTX went down, the debate had reached a turning point. In the next few months, a federal judge is expected to rule on a lawsuit filed by the SEC against Crypto Issue or Ripple for selling unregistered securities. If the government wins, Mr. Gensler's power would increase, and a precedent could be set for more lawsuits against crypto companies. Mr. Gensler's claim that cryptocurrencies are securities is based on a legal test called the Howey test, which was laid out by the Supreme Court in 1946. Under this system, a financial product is a security if it gives people the chance to invest in a common business in the hopes of making money off of the work of others. Much of Mr. Gensler's plans may depend on the outcome of the Ripple lawsuit, which the SEC filed in December 2020. Before the filing, the XRP token that Ripple uses as its signature was the third most valuable cryptocurrency. Since the SEC said it was a stock, its rank has gone down. The results will also get the attention of Congress, where this year a number of bills about crypto were introduced. When Gensler testified in September before the Senate Banking Committee, Republican senators asked him questions. They said that the SEC's legal advice to crypto companies that want to follow federal law is not good enough. The SEC keeps up its regulatory game with enforcement, but it doesn't give the crypto industry any clarity. Even though many people have asked for careful policymaking. Gary Gensler, the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, has said many times that cryptocurrency rules have been clear for years and that the industry does not need specific rules for cryptocurrency exchanges. He also said that some federal exchanges that watch over securities may weaken market regulation. This shows how much consensus is needed about how to regulate cryptocurrencies. The Digital Commodity Exchange Act (DCEA), which was passed earlier this year, wants to make the CFTC the federal agency in charge of making rules for foreign exchange transactions and making sure they are reported as required. In the commodity derivatives market, digital products and current conditions are like each other. How Congress handles this will be a point of interest for the rest of this year and maybe even into 2023. Please tell us what you think in the comments. And if you want to stay up to date, click the subscribe button.